Welcome to the Power Packed Podcast. Please be quiet and courteous and silence your cell phones now. Be sure to grab some snacks and concessions, located in the lobby. And now our feature presentation. Prepare for butter.
Time, wondering if maybe I'm losing my mind, stepping out to the rising enemy, or maybe I'm going out to sea, maybe you should know by now. When I get back, everything will be alright. Seems like I'm out to sea every single night. I hope the soul boat will stay afloat as we go.
I hope the soul boat will stay afloat as we go.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Cars. Welcome to the business meeting of business, where we talk about business and business accessories. Do you have your numbers for this quarter, your financials?
Yes. 7148910.
Is that percent profit or overall gains?
That's whatever I want to be.
Okay. How's the morale of your employees at your branch?
Everybody's having a good time.
Oh, is there a lot of pinatas? A lot of pinatas at your workplace?
A lot of pinatas. We do pinatas. We do empanadas. We do Twister. We do what's that game? Is it Rat Trap? The one where you have the little plastic mice and you're building the traps to trap the rats. We got that one. And we like to at midday we all watch Wall-E. And it's fun.
Can you scoot your chair over to the right just a little bit?
Okay, screech. Yep, there we go.
Okay, just what I suspected. Just because we're on a Zoom call, Josh, doesn't mean you cannot wear pants or underwear, or you can just throw that to the wind. I see the full size mirror behind you, and it shows that you're sitting on a stool, and you're not wearing pants or underwear. And like
that is
full dress code is required for our Zoom.
That's a
meetings.
Zoom background. It's a Zoom background. I'm wearing a full suit right now, and that's my fun Friday Zoom background where it looks like there's a mirror that's showing me sitting on a wooden bar stool with no pants on.
Can you please stand up?
I would, but I've got a Charlie horse in my leg, and I can't. The doctor said I shouldn't do that.
Okay, well, we are the Power Pack Podcast, a podcast featuring two businessmen and one boy about to get fired for not wearing pants, and a dog that needs in, so I'll have to go take care of that.
Oh, yes. The Power Pack Podcast is like an Excel spreadsheet. We've got so many just cells of things. You know, if you think about everything we talk about, everything we do, it's just like an Excel spreadsheet. I can't talk. Spreadsheet. Oh, goodness. I know John's letting the dog out. So to just fully encompass the just office boy thing, I'm drinking a passion fruit liqueur right now. Yeah, that's good. I was looking at, I say this all the time, but I usually say this about every episode, but I didn't for about 10 episodes, and I noticed we're on episode 119, which is kind of crazy. I feel like it's really crazy that we're still making this, and there's we're approaching 150 episodes. Like that's nuts.
Okay, wait. I just totally spaced out. I got distracted reading our email. Say that one more time. I'm the worst podcast friend
No,
ever.
you were good.
Okay.
We are.
I'm staring at you through my screen now. You have my full attention.
Oh,
No,
you're good. Yeah. I'm trying to think. We're trying to think of what's something that has I don't know. I'm trying to think of a character that has it's like Was it Men in Black where it was Johnny Knoxville's character? He had like him, but then he had like the smaller version of him in the backpack.
Yeah, that was him.
Okay, so imagine the podcast is Johnny Knoxville, but there's 2 heads in the backpack, and that's you and I, and that's what I feel like. I feel like we complete each other in that regards. But I was saying that was a deep cut there. I haven't watched. I think it was Men in Black 2, just for the record. I was just saying that it's crazy. We're at 119 episodes. It's always surprising that we're still going super strong. We got a nice little following. We've got episodes out pretty much every week. It's pretty cool that we're just making the dream happen. This is the American dream, having a podcast with your good friend who lives like 2,000 miles away. 2,000? I don't know. I should Google that, but you're pretty decent.
It's funny that you bring up the episode count, because last night I was being a good boy and getting everything uploaded early, and Charlene's like, "Whoa, you're on episode 118? Am I horrible for being 118 episodes behind?" I was like, "No, you're fine. It's just garbage, so you're good." Plus, if she listened, she'd find out about the Possum King, which is still a fun surprise. So.
No, it's exactly. You want her to find out about it the organic way when you hand her the book and she's like, "What the heck is this?" And you're like, "I wrote this."
J.R. Nunchucks, he's my new favorite author. Check it out.
Did you say, I don't know if this is supposed to be on the podcast or not, but is certain somebody we know doing the book art cover? Is that what you said?
Uh-huh. Yes. I went with Gary Graphics because,
Ooh.
I mean, I always feel bad asking him to, like, do stuff because I don't like because we're friends, right? And so it's like, oh yeah, he can just make art and then give it to me. But I know how long this kind of stuff takes. Like being in a creative field, it's annoying when people are like, "Oh, do this for me for free," and it's like, no, it's not how that works.
I get that.
So it's like I will probably. I gave him stuff last time for like album art and stuff just to make sure that he knows I appreciate it. So I'm like, yeah, but he's just like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And it's like, okay, I feel bad because we're not discussing like price or anything. He's just like, "I'll do it." So
well, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's very talented too. That's the one thing he's very, very good at what he does. And I know what you mean. I feel for him. I have a friend, it's like well, I've known a couple different people where they're like wedding photographers, or like that's like their business is like they're a photographer, and that's like they charge for it, and then they have somebody be like, "Hey, can you take pictures from my kid's birthday for free?" And like, so I get that when that's someone's like business or it's their job, what they do. That's kind of like for me. I work in IT, and I'll just say, I'll keep it broad, but certain family members who maybe aren't as good with technology tend to ask me for help with like technology. And
oh, my brother's in that boat. He's the tech guy. So it's like what was the last thing he helped us with? I don't know. I asked him the other day, I was like, I haven't talked to him since we went to Houston last month, but I'm like, what Wi-Fi booster do I get to boost my Wi-Fi? And he's like, I don't know, send me a picture of your router and I'll look into it. It's like, thanks.
Thanks, bud. So, yeah, I feel for him. Daddy. It's a total burden for sure.
That's what happens when you're book smart. You just no one leaves you alone.
Yeah. Them fancy stuff. Yeah, I know who to go to if I need help killing possums, though.
He sent over not a thumbnail, like a just a basic sketch of an idea. And I was like, this is gonna be cool.
Oh, he did already?
Yeah, and then this is before he finished the book. And then he finished it. And he's like, "What the hell is this book?" And so that was the best compliment I could get, I think.
That's so great. I love that you've got a good network of people. Like Crumb's read it. She's like, "What the heck is this?" Then he's read it. He's like, "What the heck is this?" And I know for a fact I'm going to read it and be like, "What the heck is this?" I'm excited. I was going to ask you this. I'll just do it live on the podcast. Do you want, for some reason, I really want to do like a British accent for when I read it.
Oh, please.
But I'm just because I really like the Harry Potter books, and that guy's a British accent, obviously because it's a British author and everything. But I feel like it'd be kind of fun and stupid to have like a British. Yeah,
you could do British or Scottish. You could do I don't know what other accents are allowed for us. I
you
think
just do
those are
that.
the main two. Oh, you could do Australian. Oh, the crikey, bandit, possum. I can't do any of this.
I'm not good with accents. I can do like the British one pretty okay, just because I'm just gonna channel the off to the trough, like pretty much.
Off to the trough.
So
You know who can do an accent? McCracken.
You said who? Oh my gosh, yeah, Kyle is very talented. I actually hung out with Cody how many nights ago? We met up in Seattle and we did trivia night, and that was pretty fun.
Ooh, that's fun. Did you win?
We did really well for a 2-person team because a bunch of people had like bigger teams, and for a 2-person team we got like I want to say like 4th overall. There was like a bunch of teams.
Cody seems like the kind of guy that would just know things that you just don't really need to know.
He's got the good insight. Yeah, he's got all that. It's funny because I was awful at like most everything, but when it came to the music, I did really well with that because I'm like, this is something I actually know. And I did okay with like the pop culture stuff, but they got into some really meta things, and he was like really good at that. So I was like, okay, I'm glad it's having a good balance. But trivia night's interesting. I've never done it before, but I thought it was really fun, and it was cool to. It reminded me of how little I know about things.
Well, it's like going back to Gary Graphics. When we play that, there's this game on Jackbox called, I don't know, it's the one where you're in like a haunted house and you have to answer trivia questions.
Yes, love that.
It is so annoying when everyone gets like a question wrong and he gets it right, and it's the most like lame thing to know. It's either like pop culture or it's just some obscure fact, and he's like, oh yeah, this is da 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 da, and he knows so much weird. He has the memory of a computer. He'll say stuff like, oh yeah, this came out in 19 blah blah blah. I'm like, how do you remember that? He remembers years and stuff.
Wow.
Like if you said what was going on in 2006, he'd be like, oh, that's when blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, like
that's impressive.
Constantly, yeah, like if an anniversary of a game comes out or it's about to come out, he's like, did you know this game's been out for 13 years? It came out in 2001. I was like, how do you know all this? Like, I don't know. He's just like a little calendar boy up there. I need a calendar. I need a Gary Graphics calendar. And every
That's such
every
a great
month he's taking off a piece of clothes.
Yeah.
So,
You said
like
the calendar for him, each time you flip it, it's a little less clothing. Is that what you're saying?
So it's like a flip book, and at the end he's like doing a dance naked.
There you go. That'll
Calendar
be
boy.
included with the early, without his knowledge, the early, what is the early bird purchasers of the Possum King will get that little, like, what do you call it? What's the thing with like a CD, like a little like insert is how they call it, like for the CD thing, where there's like a little booklet on the inside. It's like,
yeah.
It's so messed up. Can you imagine? You're like, this book's already weird, and then there's just like this flip book.
Those are, like a book is bad when it has pictures from the movie in the middle of it. Do you remember those?
Oh,
Like,
I remember
from
those
book fairs. It's like, oh, look at this Jurassic Park book, and then you flip to the middle, and it has like, it looks like they got them at like Walgreens photos and just like stuck those pages in the book. It's like, wow.
I wonder if you should do that for yours. Like, just take pictures of like certain things and just like scan it in so it's like I don't know. I feel like that could be for the second book. How about that? You'll see how the first one does, and then you can do the pictures for that.
I think it'd be cool to get if you could do like a pen drawing of something basic, like a possum. You know, it's kind of like sketchy, kind of, and then they throw it in like a little title page, just have like a weird illustration like that. You know,
I can't wait to read through the Possum King. By the way, I admit my wrongdoings here. Read like the first page just because I wanted just like a little taste, and I wanted to be able to like kind of gauge with like the reading. I haven't read the rest of it, and yes, it's really good already. I'm like I just can't wait to read the whole thing, and to be able to do the read through, like the audiobook, and then like you said, you'll be able to have all that, and I just can't believe it's gonna have like an awesome artwork, like cover done by Gary Graphics, and it's like edited by Ewan Crumb, and it's just like you've got like you've got your own like publishing house of just like friends and family, or just like, yeah, let's do this,
Let's make a buck.
Make a book.
Yeah, so when he didn't, I don't know, he might have found stuff, but he didn't say he found any like weird errors or weird things in the document I sent him. So I'm like, well, that's good enough for me. So I just emailed the formatter on Fiverr, and I was like, what do you think about formatting a book? So we'll see how it goes.
So to format it, by the way, they're gonna have to read it, right? Or no?
Not necessarily. So they'll pretty much like go through. So I asked them like, how do I do the title page and like the special thanks? Do you want that in a separate form, in the same form? And they're like, no, just throw everything on one document. And they just kind of go through, and they'll like, okay, this is your title page, so we need like a blank page in front, maybe a blank page in back, and then, oh, this is your special thanks, okay, and then separate page, chapter 1, all right, let's find chapter 2, okay, that's a separate page, enter, or however they do it, and then they get the margins right for Kindle and Amazon, and all, they do the drop caps and all this stuff, so.
Wow. Man,
I'm like, you guys go for it.
Did you ever think that that it would ever get to this point? I think that's pretty much you can just assume that for anything in this world that we have created of JJ Fresh, that things are too far gone to the point where you're reflecting on it. And you're like, I cannot believe I wrote this book, and oh my God, I'm like, multiple people have read it, and there's artwork being done for it, and that somebody's editing it, like, or doing the formatting for it, and I think it's, your commitment is always very awesome to me, and I can't wait to get my hands on a book. I'm going to stick it in my bookshelf. I'm not going to tell anyone.
And so you'll have like, a dinner party, and all your esteemed, established coworkers will be over, and they'll be like, oh yes, Hamlet, a classic in any time. Oh, yeah. The dictionary. I've read through that a few times, yes. The J.R. Nunchucks. I've never heard of that one. Oh, do you want to take that one home? Sure, I'll give it a look-see. The next day, Josh! We need to have a talk.
Yeah, what is this? What did you give me? That's kind of what the conversation I want to have, because, I want people to be like, where did you find this? Where, I want to, because the best thing I think about everything that you make that's like that, there's these inside jokes and whatnot, is it's totally up to their interpretation. Like the birthday video, everybody can have their own interpretation. And that's kind of my thing that I think is cool about the Possum King, is any person who gets it and they share it with other people, you can totally make up any story you want. You'd be like, oh, this author, I was like, for instance, I could share it with someone and be like, yeah, I was pumping gas, and this guy approached me, and I never saw his face, but he kind of mumbled and handed me this book real quick and walked away. and I think it was the author or something. You could like make up any story about it, and there's so much, it's so elusive. You just don't really quite know what is the origins of it, and that's the best part.
He pulls out out of his trench coat, a swinging nunchuck in one hand and then the book in the other, and he says, choose one. And then if you choose the nunchucks, he's going to hit you with them, so you always choose the book. And that's how he promotes his art.
I like it.
His book.
Yeah. Have you thought about doing the the picture? What if, I almost like think it'd be funny, you don't have to do it this time, but maybe if you do a second book, have somebody, just anybody, it could be like me or Kyle McCracken, Cody McCracken, or even somebody you like who's a friend or whatever, and have them go to Pennies, like you said, with the nunchucks and the turtleneck, and take a picture of them So it's just like somebody who's not even you. So then you have this like full just lore, like you said, behind this book and this character. It's like you don't know who it is.
Oh, I could get that wig from
Oh, the wig, yes.
let's see. I'm scrolling up on our chat. Was that a chat or did we put that in podcast content? I can't remember.
Oh, I can't remember
let's see.
either. I know that was going to be for the business meeting. We're going to show up and be like,
Yeah.
Becca.
I get that wig.
Did you find the wigs?
I'm looking for them.
Might be podcast content.
Can't remember if it was a private message.
Oh, it's
It might-
podcast content. Oh my god. Yep.
Oh,
I found them.
Oh yeah, I did too. Which one was who?
I think
The bowl cut or the? I can't remember.
you were the mushroom head wig, as they call it, the one that
The white
covers your
one?
entire face. See, that's perfect. If you get that one, it's like dyed blonde. That's so funny. If you get that one, it's perfect because you go in with the turtleneck, and
It has a 1-star rating.
we got to bring that up. We got to bring up that thing. But that could be a good opportunity. I still like the idea you talked about. I thought of this the other day. I don't know why. Maybe I was reading the podcast. But if you did a book tour and you're at a Barnes & Noble and, like you said, you have me read the book. I'm not even the author. And you're sitting on the stage in a possum outfit, fully covered, and no one knows. And at the very end, you reveal that you're the author and everybody claps.
We could have so much fun with this.
Yeah, it's endless. But that's my favorite thing about these things that mainly you create. That it's like you have so many possibilities, and I applaud you for just seeing it through, finishing the book, and then gonna publish it soon. And then I think it's kind of like the birthday video. You're kind of ultimately doing it so you can give Charlene the book, and you'd be like, "I made this." And then you either get a laugh or a disturbed reaction, and then and that's the joke. There you go. It's like full circle.
Like the end. Joke over.
Joke over. You're like, well,
I guess I'll go do something else now. Bye.
yeah, okay. What's the next thing? We'll come up with something. There's always something. I still like the idea of our cartoon because we've never done a cartoon before with the noodles.
I do want to pursue that eventually. Like I don't know when, but that seems way too much fun.
Yeah, I want to do that because that'd be a great one to have guest stars on. Like you said, we could have Gary Graphics or Kyle McCracken or Cody McCracken or Crumb, or have people do like like guest voices or whatever. Even if the audio quality is like garbage for them, you remember like they just call in. And so it's like this, like you and I have this like clear vocals, and then they have just like this like distorted like phone audio where it sounds like they're driving in the car or something. I feel like that'd be so funny.
So can you roll up your window, Kyle?
Yeah.
Spam call.
Oh, they're trying to get your information.
This ain't Hawaii. We don't want your spam.
Spam.
No,
ma'am,
spam,
no spam.
till Brooklyn.
Did you say that there's you're checking out? We got emails, right?
Oh yeah, no, I sent her an email just before the podcast and she replied. So
Nice. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
So
great.
we do have a little backlog of crumb emails.
We could chip through a couple of those. I know this episode's a little bit shorter, so we can at least do a couple of those, and I think that'd be fun.
Let's see. Actually, no, we only have one. Whoops. And it was that grumpy cat needle felt that I sent you.
That was quite a treat. Our text thread is a very special place. There's all sorts of our text thread reminds me of like a quirky like underground museum or something. It's just like all sorts of fun little treasures.
It's like that one show. It's like Oddities or something. It's like on History Channel.
Yeah, Oddities. It's like the JJ Fresh Oddities.
Did you see how much this cat was?
How much was it?
$42.
It's that much.
For a tiny needle felt cat that looks horrible. And the comments are pretty great. I love this kangaroo and her Joey. Thank you for the fine detailed work.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, maybe that's
Ooh.
just for all the stuff she makes. Whoops, that's not just for this. So maybe she does make a kangaroo and a Joey. I wish
You
the
should see if they'll
reviews
do a
were for
possum.
this product. Yeah. Needle felt possum.
Remember how you were finding on, was it Etsy? You were finding possum skulls or something?
Yes, that's how the whole thing started.
Yeah. Oh, that was the, like, because you found it was like taxidermy possum heads or possum skulls or possum felts or something.
Yeah,
And
they
then
had
you're
everything.
like,
They had all sorts of creepy like stuff you'd find in a serial killer's trailer. And I was like, okay, this is something. Yeah, there's needle felt possums. They actually look much better than the like grumpy cat or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what's new with the Joshy Poo on this fine evening? You know, singing.
Bip, 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 bip. Yes, it's good. It's yeah, it's good. It's been raining all day, so I haven't like really left the house at all. So that yeah, the weather sucks. And then you probably remember up here, it's like it gets really nice, and then all of a sudden in like June or whatever, it gets nice, and then everything starts like blooming, and there's like flowers and stuff, and then it rains a bunch, and then everything just gets like stirred up, and then it's just like allergies galore. So I'm in like an allergy vortex today that is not fun. And for some reason it's Thursday, so for some reason I kind of want pizza. Are you guys doing pizza tonight? Or you?
Oh, I'm doing pizza. I already told her last night. I was like, tomorrow's pizza night. Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza. Summertime,
pizza. Yeah, that's I appreciate that. I think it's because you have good pizza energy on Thursdays. And speaking of pizza energy, I have this like curse where sometimes I'll think of like podcast stuff like during like the day or whatever, and I thought of what got stuck in my head was the butterfly pork roast song.
Butterfly pork roast.
And it was stuck in my head, yeah. And I was like, why is this stuck in my head? I need to cleanse it out.
Dude, that could be a food review episode, butterfly pork roast.
Oh,
butterfly pork roast.
Can we should do a how do we do a JJ Fresh? We did that like for the 100th episode. We did a JJ Fresh live. That was the first JJ Fresh thing we've done in a while. We should figure out how to do a food review that's kind of like the format of that, where we did like a phone call, and we're like, hey, I got your package of raw meat.
Oh, it's like dripping. Oh no.
It's getting all over the floor.
It's getting all soggy wet. Put it in the fridge. Oh, okay. Your wife opens it up. What is all this? Oh, it's our dinner. Do we have to? It's like a terrible Hello. Yeah. Do we have to prepare this like HelloFresh? No, you said it's already cooked. It's like, okay, it doesn't look cooked.
just like raw beef and raw noodles and like raw eggs. It's
literally like I went to the store and bought some just hamburger patties that aren't cooked and just ground beef and just cut them out of the wrap they're in and just dumped them meat onto the box. Just nothing else.
Ew. Then ship it. I wonder if you can you ship? I think they don't like that. I don't know. I've never tried shipping raw hamburger meat in a cardboard box to somebody.
You box it and then you ship it. You box those and you ship those. What do you do after you box them? You ship them.
Ship them. You ship that butterfly pork roast.
Butterfly pork roast.
Butterfly pork roast. Well, you asked me how I'm doing. How's everything in the world? I'm gonna call it the world of whip. It's kind of like Boy Meets World, Boy Meets Whip. How y'all doing?
Butterfly pork roast. It's good. just hanging out. Got a new kitty last month. Ooh. So she's been a little scoundrel. So.
Oh, Well,
Yeah,
congrats
it's all
on
good.
the new little kitty. What's this cat's name?
I named it. Well, I named it only because we're trying to come up with a name, and we didn't like any names. And then she's finally like, I don't care, you name it. And so I was like, yeah, we're gonna go with Pearl, because then when you know the thing that happens like with your parents, they like call you by the wrong name when they're angry, and so now it's really similar to Myrtle. So come here, Myrtle, by Pearl, God, get off the table. So
because your dog's name's Merle. Gotcha. So it's
so we got Myrtle and Pearl.
Myrtle,
and it's just
Myrtle,
like,
and
yeah,
Pearl. So okay, so
So-
it's close enough. It's close enough, like you said, where you can kind of be like,
like if you have two sons named like Sam and Ham, you'd always get them confused. But
get them
I
all
guess that's
mixed
your
up.
fault for naming them Sam and Ham. So
Yeah, that's what you get. Oh, that's
why'd
a
you
good, I
hit
like that
Ham?
name. Can you imagine how bad you would feel if your brother's name's Sam and then your like total jerk parents named you Ham?
You're destined to be a porker. Like Ham, get over here.
Ham,
Ham,
Ham.
Ham. Clean your room, Ham.
Yeah. No, I would feel there has to be that dynamic when you got a couple kids and you name one like a normal name and then you name the other one something like, I don't know, like Percy, something. And they're just like, then they just feel bad. They're like, man, I was just thinking Harry Potter, like the brother. His name's Percy, right? It's Ron's brother. He's like the snitch.
Wait, Ron's brother? Or
Or like Ron Weasley. He has a brother who's like, he's like the head boy or whatever.
wait,
he's
the
like total
twins?
narc.
One of the twins?
No, he's older than the twins. He's like the I don't know. Yeah, he's older, but he like works for the Ministry of Magic eventually.
Oh, why didn't I know that? Maybe, see, this is why I need to watch them again. Percy. I'm trying to
Percy,
figure out if
but-
people are still named Percy.
Yeah, that's a good question, honestly. Like his hey Siri, are people name their kids Percy? Oh, that's funny. I said that, and my watch started like logging that. I'm like, no, don't actually do that.
Percy, Jasper, Elijah. I'm looking at old names.
Jasper.
Jasper. I saw
Come
a
here,
ghost in
Jasper.
the closet. Casper's haunting Jasper. No Percy. No mercy for Percy.
Yeah. It's like you're like if Eminem and Dr. Seuss did a collab.
No mercy for Percy. I'm going to be ruthless like Xerxes. Oh, what a 300 reference. Oh.
That's a good one. That's good. That's the
Yeah.
300. 300.
Imagine the king of, what was Xerxes king of? Not like Pakistan. What was it? It was
Like Persia?
Persia. That was it. That's close. I'm Percy, the Prince of Persia.
Percy.
Percy. Bow before Percy Jackson.
Percy the Prince of Persia.
Percy the
I don't know.
Percy the Prince of Persia.
That's so stupid. Oh, that's the podcast name. Prince of Persia. Oh, why is it so funny? Okay.
Have you met the Prince of Persia? Oh, Percy.
Percy. It's like so. The name is just so like not. You don't think of like ruling a kingdom. It's like, oh, the Prince of Persia, Percy.
I think of just like, I don't know, like wet pennies or something.
Wet pennies, yeah.
I'm Percy. Got wet pennies in my pockets. It's all I have. I hung out with my cousin all of a twist all my life, and he also only has pennies in his pockets. It's like just a little orphan boy who's like selling newspapers.
Yeah.
Newspaper for sale. My name's Percy.
Someday I'll be the Prince of Persia.
One day, when I grow up, I'm going to become the Prince of Persia. You wait and see now. 25 cents. Hot topic, hot topic.
What is
There's
it?
a hot topic in the paper.
Got your news here. Or what is
New
what is it?
Family Circus comic. Get your paper. 25 cents. Percy here.
Oh, the thing I was trying to think of the thing they scream where they're like, extra, extra, read all about it.
That's it. Extra, extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I haven't watched any good like period pieces in a while where it's like, from the 20s or something, and they're
I
got
watched
the
Carrie.
newspaper. Which one?
Carrie.
Oh, like the old one or new one?
Oh, I was just making a joke. You said you haven't watched a period piece.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Pennies for
funny.
Percy. Percy needs his pennies. Percy needs his pennies to become the Prince of Persia. Donate your pennies to Percy. His lineage depends on it. Prince
I
of
can see
Persia,
Percy-
Percy's pennies.
He's being really aggressive, just trying to sell the newspapers. He's like, if I ever want to become the prince, I got to get my pennies.
He just like grabs a grown man and he's like, Percy needs his pennies. It's like, okay.
If you're thinking like 300, you know how he kicks the one guy into the pit? Well, he kicks him into like an open sewer, the sewer drains. So he's like, this is Persia, or this is Percy, and he kicks him into the
This is Percy. And then I
kicks him
imagine
in.
when Percy finally gets his pennies to become the Prince of Persia, he has a giant vault like Scrooge McDuck. He's just swimming in his pennies.
Yeah,
Percy's
just
swimming
dirty,
in his
wet
pennies
pennies.
again. Yeah.
If you think
And
about
that smell, ugh.
the penny smells awful. I'm gonna do the math on that. So let's just think. Let's say a vault is, how many pennies could you fit in a vault?
Let's look it up. How many pennies can you fit in a vault? Okay. How many pennies can you fit in a gallon jug? How many gallons is in a vault? I don't know.
We could probably figure that out from there. Yeah.
8,000 for an average jug. 8,000 pennies.
Okay. 8,000 pennies, and jugs probably like, I don't know, like a few hundred, right?
I'm looking at how many typical vault toilet. No, that's not what I want.
I think people don't have vaults really. I feel like that's not a common thing.
How big is a vault? The New Army of the Dead had a vault. Burial vault? I don't want that. The average size, not burial vaults, for money.
Money vault.
Bank vault dimensions. This is just what I need.
Perfect.
1 foot thick. The door was 3.5 feet thick. Dang. I don't know. Let's just say a 10 by 10 room.
10 by 10 room. So we have to figure out how many jugs. So each jug is 8,000 pennies. So that's just right off the bat, that's $80. So $80 per gallon jug, we'll say. And then, so each jug is about maybe half a foot thick, maybe. So would that be, am I doing the math right, of, would that be 20? 20 jugs, 20 times 20, right? So 20 times 20, and then times it by 80. So, I mean, we'll just say, give or take, about $32,000 worth of pennies. If I did that math right. I probably didn't. I'm more of a, I did better at, science and stuff in high school, not math. But, so we'll just say 30 grand in pennies. So Percy, the penny king of Persia, Percy the prince of Persia, has $30,000 worth of pennies that he earned from slinging papers in his vault in Persia that he swims in every night.
Every night.
Which that's a perfect note to end on.
Song.
Perfect. Just swim in your pennies. I guess that's my power packed wisdom, which we haven't done in a while, is if you want to become the Prince of Persia and your name is Percy, just hustle, 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 save every penny, literally, you get, and one day you'll have a vault that you can swim in.
Thank you for tuning into our regularly scheduled program. Contact Josh and Jonathan at powerpactpodcast@gmail.com. Support the show at patreon.com/powerpact. See you next time, you dirty little rat babies.